G'day, how's it going? Wazza here. Recently I was on a classified website, Gumtree, one of the local ones that I use quite a lot. It's probably my favourite, and I was on the free section. One, because I am tight and I don't like spending money, and two, well, who doesn't like free stuff? And I come across a barbecue that someone was giving away. Now, I don't really need another barbecue, but hey, this one looked better than mine. Though he did say that it isn't perfect and it did need some work. So anyway, I gave him a call, arranged a time to pick it up, and I went and got it. And sure enough, it certainly needed work. So here I'm going to show you not only a side hustle, because you can fix things up and then sell it at a profit. It's certainly a very good way to make some cash, but this is also a bit of a how-to as well. So I hope you enjoy. So let's take a look at the barbecue. It comes in 3 pieces. It's a Matador brand, which is sold mostly here in Australia at Bunnings. Looking at the first part, granite bench tops, which is a bonus. A sink, perhaps, a storage unit. I'll probably put ice in there, put some beers in there. Nothing like having a beer while cooking some meat, or tofu, or whatever you're into. Now you can see it's dirty. Let's face it, it needs a lot of work, a lot of cleaning, but I'll get to that. It's pretty gross in there. I don't know if you can see that, but I think they've had rats previously. The burners are, let's hope, working. They're dirty. That's pretty trashed. Yikes. Oh dear. A lot of that is rusted through. Never mind. Give that a clean. Let's have a look at this side. A sink. Put a tap there. A wok burner. Well, there you go. Not sure what to make of it. It's a lot of work that's going to be involved. It's rusty. Paint's faded. Once again, like I said, the granite top's pretty decent. Very dirty under the hood and the griller. Paint's faded. So I think with a lot of work and a lot of cleaning, should come up alright. So I'll get stuck into it. What you want to do is make sure you have a beer there, and pop on some headphones or some music in the background, because this is going to be a long, hard journey of cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. Just grab yourself a rag as well, and some spray and wipe, and just give everything a good rub down. Get all the loose grime, the grease, the oils, and all the rust. Just try and get any loose bits as much as possible. Take all the broken parts out, the grills, and leave yourself with as much room as possible just to get in there and get as much out. Got a brush there just to get into the corners so I can scoop out all the rubbish. You might want to grab a screwdriver and or a scraper just so you can get right into the corners and get as much as possible. That's a wire brush. It's hard to keep up, I'm moving so fast. Even some power tools you might need, just to make sure you can get all the loose objects. You can always put the burners back and the guards back, but if you take them all out, it gives you a free run. Here I'm just spraying the oven cleaner on. Don't be like me, just put a mask on. You can see me occasionally leaving shot there. That's just to have a good old cough. That's just silly. Look, it's oven cleaner is strong. Think of PPE. Covering your mouth with your shirt doesn't work. So just let that oven cleaner sit for a while before you try scraping it off. It worked a little bit. It helped give it a clean, but it surely wasn't enough to get everything off, as you'll see later. Just looking at that cloth that I'm using, the rag, you can see it's black, so it's obviously doing its job. Just about one beer down there, so that's how long it takes. Bit of a close-up of the scraping. As you can see there, there's a panel that you need to get under. Of course, all barbecues are different, but generally speaking, you're going to need a scraper and a screwdriver just to get into those hard to reach areas. Grab a vacuum cleaner and just suck up all the loose bits that you've scraped up. And just a tip for you here, grab an old vacuum cleaner that perhaps you have in the shed. Don't grab the one from inside your cordless Dyson that's hanging on the wall. You'll only do that once, and I learnt that the hard way. So it's starting to come up quite clean. Still needs a fair bit of work. And I'm struggling to get off some of this deep hardened grease. Alright, this is a 3M product, paint and varnish remover. This is what it is. Get the spins round, get the trusty old DeWalt out, and I gave it a quick test run. Check it out. I reckon we're onto a winner here. So I'll get this bad boy going and see how we go. Once again, get the spray and wipe and a cloth and just clean off all the loose swarth that flappy disc has created. You don't want to leave it on there because it can cause rust. So just give that a good wipe down. Make sure you get into the corners and get it all out. Okay, well, I've just finished using this drill and this 3M paint and varnish remover slash grease remover in this case. It doesn't really say that, but let's pretend it does. So let's have a look at the results. Here's the results. It's well, it's got it nice and clean. It's not perfect, but let's face it, it's a barbecue. It's just going to get dirty again. As you can see, it's got some fine scratch marks, some burning as well. Generates quite a bit of heat, but I'm sure if I polish that up with a bit of compound, it'll come up sweet. So I'll do that later. Looking at the barbecue itself, it's starting to come clean. I reckon a little bit more of a spray and wipe and a clean. Then I'll hit it with the high pressure cleaner and see if I can get that last bit out. Cranked out the high pressure cleaner here. This is the best thing. I decided to do it this stage once I got most of the grease out because I didn't want the splatter to go everywhere. You can see it's getting a bit on the pavers, but you could really do this at any stage, even at the beginning, and might save you a bit of time. Probably make a bit more mess, but it could at least save you time. Make sure you get in all the drawers. Try not to get it on the electricals and the ignition area, because it can cause some damage. But don't be shy, just get in there and give it a good clean. Okay, so the barbecue here, the paint's quite badly peeled. So what I'm going to do, I use the same disc that I used to take off the grease, and I'm going to try and get rid of the majority of this paint. If not, I'll scrape it and I'll respray it in some heat-proof paint, same colour, silver, and hopefully it comes up as good as new. Look at it go. Just taking that paint off easily. Not a problem there at all. So once you've done that, just grab your tape, masking tape. Make sure you cover all the areas that you don't want to get paint on. Don't be shy, because that paint will flicker. At this stage, I'm putting the masking tape on while the hood is still attached to the barbecue. But as you'll see later, I take the hood off. Probably should have just done that to start with. It's certainly a lot easier with it off. You can just pick it up, move it around, and just put it on the angle so it's easier to apply the tape. Okay, I've just started spray painting the lid with this high temperature metallic charcoal. It's specially designed to be heat resistant, as you can see there. Ovens, exhausts, barbecues. So this is rated at 540 degrees Celsius, 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're cooking above that, it won't work. But let's face it, if you're cooking more than that, you're barbecuing wrong, and you don't deserve a barbecue. You should be out there in the fields eating grass with sheep, or just eating lettuce with rabbits. Alright, so I'll show you how to do this the way I do it. It might not be the right way, but it's the way I do it. Seems to work out okay. So if I keep roughly around 6 to 8 inches, so it's about 20 centimeters away, and nice controlled spray. What you don't want to do, you don't want to go too thick with it. Nice even coats. Back here. Alright, there you go. So you don't want to go too thick with it, because otherwise it's going to start running, and obviously you don't want that. Certainly not perfect, but hey, I'm no expert. As far as a barbecue lid goes, yeah, it'll be okay. So I'll continue to keep spraying this, and then move on to the cabinet drawers. I had to sand back with that flappy disc the whole area there, because it had rust spots. You couldn't see it all until you actually took off that paint. But if you tried painting over the rust, it's just going to bubble and it's going to peel, and it won't last very long. So you might as well just go ahead, spend that little extra time
and get rid of the paint and the rust, and then apply your paint, and that way you won't have to be doing it again in around 6 months.
So after doing a bit of research, I found that a good way of getting rust and dirt and grime off your stainless steel is to use some automotive compound. So I just went to my cleaning products in the shed, got out some Maguire's Ultimate Compound. Look, it's not cheap stuff, but it's good stuff. I had it anyway, so I'll use it and see how it performs and see how it comes up. You can use one of those buffing machines on a drill or one of those purpose-made buffers. I don't own one, so I'm just going to try it with a microfiber cloth. So as you can see, it's pretty dirty. Some, I would say, burn marks in from some of the previous work I'd tried. So what you do, apply it straight to the cloth. Pop that down there. A bit of a rub down. See how we go. Yeah, that's already starting to work better. Look at that cloth though. Absolutely gross. It's alright, we can clean it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to try is Autosol. Stainless steel polish, made in Germany. We guarantee quality. Certainly most things that come out of Germany is quality. So that's what it is. What do we want here? Directions for use. Application: apply a small amount of the Autosol stainless steel polish onto surface to be cleaned. Polish with a soft cloth in a circular motion until black residue appears. Polish off with a clean cloth to achieve high luster finish. Cool. Well, we'll give that a go. So I've got the two cloths to apply directly to. So I'll just do a bit of a test area here for you to see. So that's just come out mostly a bit watery, probably just the first bit. You can't shake that, can you, Wazza? That's it, bit of a paste. Beer down there. Right, let's see how we go with this. I have high hopes for this. This is just for the finished product, finished look. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'll keep going. So we need to keep going until we get that black haze, I think they said. Maybe you'll look at that. See, that's already picked up a lot of the grime. So I'll just keep going. Alright. Look, man, it's got a shine, it's got a smooth as, it's just glides over. It's starting to rain. I'm like 2 meters undercover and it's just blowing in. So I'll see how we go. I'll just go ahead and do the rest of the barbecue and then it's time to cook, I reckon. Okay, well, here is the moment of truth. Got our gas bottle on, or in. It is on. Let's see if it works. Probably should have tested if it worked before I actually cleaned it all up, because it might just be no good.
Well, hey, we have fire. We are cooking with gas, people. There she goes. Let's click this one on. Can't see it. No, just see it in the background there. That one's going. Lovely. Oh, that one fired up straight away. Nice. See that one going in the background? Turn them down or off. I might leave that one on because I'm going to cook with that. Low. I like cooking low. Low and slow, as they say. That one there can be turned off. That's off. Now this one here, I believe, this middle one, only thing I can think of must be for that rear burner. Or the... Let's see what we can do. Might need to do a bit of research, see how that works. To be honest, even if it doesn't work, I don't see it being a big deal. I've never used one in my life, so it should be right. I still haven't found that little black thing that goes on top. I'm sure the kids have probably run away with it. Oh, give it a crack. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Very nice. So I am happy with the way this has turned out. That is working nice. Even the flames are nice and even. I gave them a bit of a clean out. I was worried I would have to replace them. I mean, even if I did need to replace them, we're not talking much. What, 30 bucks? Somewhere around there. So there you have it. It's come up pretty well, I think. Probably the one area that I'm a little disappointed in is this door. I've just butchered that, really. It was in bad condition to start with, so what are you going to do, eh? But I reckon I'll swap that door out with maybe that door and then put a fridge there or something. Or if I find another door available, or if I can buy one, I'll probably do that. So that's come up quite nicely. Nice and clean. So the 3 tips that I would give in restoring a barbecue would be the high pressure cleaner. I think that worked well. That got rid of most of the loose grime and dirt and oils. And then also the that 3M flappy disc thing. That worked well as well. And also heat-proof paint, or heat-resistant paint, should I say. That just finishes it off a little bit, neatens it up, and yeah, makes it look new again. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video and got some good information out of it, or at least learned what not to do. I certainly made a few mistakes on the way that I have learnt from, and next time I restore a barbecue, it'll be much more streamlined, and I'll no doubt have a better result again. Alright, cheers, see you later.